Hey guys, so today I'm going to do a tag video that I've actually been wanting to make for a while now. This is from Pure Dragon 100, which is his screen name, and his name is James, and I got this tag from him, and I'm pretty sure that he made this. It's called Your Life as a Reader, Past, Present, and Future, and I think that these questions are really good. First question is about the past. It says, how old were you when you began to read? This is saying like when I learned to read. I don't remember when I actually learned to read. Number 2, what is the name of the first novel that you ever read? I can't be for sure, but the books that I remember reading when I was really young was the Franklin books, which were like about Franklin the Turtle. I loved those books when I was little, and the Mary-Kate and Ashley series that were out. Like there was a ton of different series. There was like the Mary-Kate and Ashley detective ones. Yeah, I loved those too. Number 3, which book got you into reading? All throughout my life, I've gone through like these phases where I liked to read and then I didn't read at all for like months or years even. So it's really hard to say. This past time, what got me reading again was Stay by Deb Coletti, and I read that in August sometime of 2011, and that got me back into reading again this year. So like I said, I go through my phases. Number 4, what is the first memory that you have of reading? Like I said, probably those books that I listed before. I remember reading the Artemis Fowl series. I don't really remember what it's about, but I remember reading those, and then of course I read a couple of the Harry Potter books. I never read all of the Harry Potter books, and I feel like a total freak because everybody loves them and says that Harry Potter was their childhood, so I feel like a total weirdo that I only read like 2 of the Harry Potter books when I was younger, and I've still never read them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get on that because I really want to read them again. Next, this is the present part of the questions. How many books do you currently own? Not very many at all. You guys have seen my collection. I just started collecting books. So I think I counted earlier and I can't remember. It was like around, it was in the 20s. So yeah, not very many, but I definitely want to get more. Which of these is your favorite? I actually have not read any of the books that I own, which I know that probably sounds kind of weird. Which of these is your most hated? Again, I can't answer that because I haven't really read any of them. What is your favorite genre? Definitely young adult, but to go beyond that, fantasy. Fantasy is like my all-time favorite genre. I love getting lost in these made-up worlds, and yeah, that's definitely my favorite genre. How often do you read? I read every day. Even if it's like a day where I can't read a whole lot, I still try to read a little bit every single day. Children, young adult, or adults? Definitely YA. I do still read adult books, but I stay away from the adult romance books because I think we all know why. I just hate those. But yeah, some adult books are good. Like I love Nicholas Sparks, and Jodi Picoult is really good. So I mean, I do read adult, but most of the time the majority is young adult books. Fast, intermediate, or slow reader? I don't know. I mean, I guess I could be considered a fast reader. It usually takes me about 2 days to read a book. If I'm like really devoted to it, I can read it in 1 day, depending on the size. So I guess that would make me a fast reader. Who is your favorite author and why? That's like the hardest question ever to answer because I have so many authors that I just adore. Paperback or hardback? I'm more of a paperback kind of girl. I really like when I'm reading them, I like the feel of paperbacks better than hardbacks. And the sleeves on the hardbacks like really get on my nerves while I'm reading the books. So I like paperbacks better. But there are those books where the hardbacks, like the hardback covers are just so much prettier, and I'm a cover snob, if you haven't noticed. And so sometimes I have to get the hardback just because of the cover. I'm kind of weird. Who's your favorite protagonist and why? God, with all the books that I've read, it's really hard to pick one, but from my most recent reads, I would definitely have to say Beatrice or Triss from Divergent. Your favorite antagonist and why? I really don't know. Like, I've tried to think about this beforehand, but I cannot come up with anything. What is your average book length? It doesn't matter to me. I like quick reads sometimes, but I also like, you know, books that are bigger sometimes, so it really just depends. I like to switch it up. Like when I have my to be read pile, I like to have an assortment of different lengths of books. And now on to the future questions. Do you see yourself being involved in a career related to literature? Yes, I do. I want to be a writer so badly. It's something that has always been a desire of mine, and it would just make my entire life if I was to become a well-known author one day, so most definitely. Do you think ebooks will take over the standard book format? I've actually thought about this a lot, and I do purchase ebooks myself, but I would never prefer ebooks over physical books. I love books and the feel of them in your hand and turning the pages, and I'm a total book freak and I love them, and the thought of a world without books scares the crap out of me. But I do buy ebooks. I don't hate them, but I do fear that one day they're going to take over, hopefully long after I'm gone. Will you pass reading on to your children? When I have children eventually someday far away from now, yes, I definitely want to pass that down to my kids. I think that reading is such an important thing, I believe, and it's such a good way to enjoy something but yet still being productive. I think it's like, I don't know, I would love if my kids loved reading as much as I did. So yeah, that's it for this tag. I really thought these questions were really well thought out and really good questions, so I really wanted to do this tag. And like I said, James from Pure Dragon 100 here on YouTube came up with it, and I'll link his channel down below so you can check him out. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it, and I want all of you guys to do it, and you can leave it as a video response if you want, and I'll check them out. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.